The theme for this year is Satark Bharat, Samriddh Bharat. This theme very aptly reflects the underlying importance of constant vigilance by all citizens towards safeguarding integrity as a core value for economic growth and development of the country. The observance of Satarkta Jagrukta Pakhwada this year commenced with the integrity pledge administered virtually by Honorable Minister of State for Electronics and Information Technology, Shri Sanjay Dotre, to all officers and employees of this ministry and organizations under the ministry. Various activities like essay competition, poster competition, slogan writing competition, webinars and quiz are slated to be held during this fortnight for participation by not only the officials of the ministry and its organizations, but also citizens in general. A training session was also held on administrative and preventive vigilance for creating awareness on vigilance for the officials of the ministry and its organizations. A series of expert talks are being organized by the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology to deliberate on issues of contemporary importance towards generating greater vigilance amongst all of us in every sphere of life that will enable us to combat collectively the vulnerabilities to any risk. The theme for today's expert talk is Cyber Vigilance on Emerging Threats. It is important to realize the importance of cyber security and what it means for the country's security and progress. Cybersecurity forms a protective wall around the Digital India program, which takes forward the pioneering vision of the government for ensuring digital access, digital inclusion, digital empowerment, and bridging the digital divide, leading to India's transformation into a knowledge-based economy and a digitally empowered society. The program weaves together a large number of ideas and thoughts into a single comprehensive vision to ensure that the benefits of development reach each and every citizen of the country in an equal measure, along with faster, timely, and efficient service delivery. Having built a strong digital foundation and expanded digital access, India is now poised for the next phase of growth creation, of tremendous economic value, and empowering of citizens to solve their problems with the new age digital technologies. The effective use and proliferation of digital technologies is bringing about radical changes in the society, thus enabling us to progress towards a self-reliant, strong, secure, and sustainable digital economy. Digital confidence is a strong pillar of digital transformation. Cyber vigilance is therefore an integral component of Vigilant India. To share the expertise on cyber vigilance on emerging threats today, we are privileged to have with us Dr. Gulshan Rai, former National Cybersecurity Coordinator. Dr. Gulshan Rai holds an MTech and a doctoral degree and has over 35 years of experience in different areas of information technology, including different aspects of e-governance, cybersecurity, cyber laws, and several related fields covering policies and operations. He was the first National Cybersecurity Coordinator in the Office of the Prime Minister of India. Previously, Dr. Rai has served in the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, holding the prestigious post of Director General, Indian Computer Emergency Response Team, CERTIN, and heading the E-Security and Cyber Law Division, the STQC, and other divisions. As Executive Director of EARNET, he led work to connect more than 500 universities in the country and prepared the first blueprint of setting National Knowledge Network. He was involved in developing major policy documents in information technology, including software policy, establishment of hardware parks, and related schemes. Dr. Rai authored India's first cybersecurity policy and served on the Expert Committee on Data Protection, chaired by Justice Krishna. He also led work to establish India's National Watch and Alert System as part of the country's cybersecurity initiative and of the Bombay Stock Exchange, and has also been involved in major projects related to India's computerization. Dr. Rai has led delegations to the United Nations, the WTO, and ICANN, as well as heading negotiations for bilateral and multilateral agreements with more than 10 G20 countries. So let us hear from our esteemed expert, Dr. Gulshan Rai, on the areas of cyber vigilance, challenges in cyberspace, the mitigation plans, and the way forward, especially for common citizens and government officials. Thank you so much for being with us here today, sir. Over to you, Dr. Gulshan Rai.
Thank you, Madam Simmi Chaudhary. It's really a pleasure and a pride for me that I am speaking for the ministry where I served more than 3 decades of my almost 34 years of my life I spent with all of you. And I'm so grateful that you people have remembered me and called me back for speaking on this important seminar for the week, Vigilance Week, which department is, ministry is or has organized for the larger benefit of the government officers, government officials, and in general. I really appreciate special my younger colleague Simmi Chaudhary for taking such a beautiful initiative. Dear friends, today we cannot think of any activity, whether in a private life, official life, education, industry, or anything without a technology. We get up in the morning and we start dealing with the technology in one way or the other without realizing that we have not dealt with one, but we have dealt with convergence of technology. This is a scenario which we are. And if the phone is taken away or email is taken away or any such kind of a thing is taken away from us, we start feeling very restless. Without going to the mobile phone, we start feeling very restless right in the morning itself. So we are in a technology era, whether we appreciate, we don't appreciate it, but the fact of the life is that we are in the technology era and we need to understand how do we use technology so that it helps us in efficiency and productivity of our work, both at home, at office, and elsewhere. It's very, very important to appreciate it. Friends, why it is necessary to understand it? The one aspect I have already explained to all of you, that this has become a part and parcel of our life. The second aspect is that we are dealing with the convergence of technology. We are not dealing with one technology. And today technology is a multi-edge kind of a sword. If we deal with properly, we can get a better output from the technology, we can better use the technology, but if we don't use the technology properly, we end up in messing up the things there. Many of us, and I think all of us are experienced in that, if we handle our mobile phone and give our command properly, we are able to use the phone properly, but if try to be little more smart with our phone, there are problems, and then we have to go to some expert to deal with the or to bring me back on the issues. So this, in all aspects, we need to understand how the technology is progressing. What are the steps which in the technology we need to be careful, and how do we become careful? That's an important aspect to do that, because by understanding the entire technology scenario, we can keep ourselves safe, secure, we can help our official work, and we can help the family and ultimately the nation in this tech-driven world. Friends, there are three phases of the technology evolution I have seen in my life. One phase was prior to
So I think you need to unmute yourself.
but I think I got some different screen right now. No, I'm not able to. Are you able to see my screen?
So we are able to see your screen, but it's not the presentation as of now.
See, that's why I was saying that if you do something, you can end up creating a problem for yourself. Now, okay. Now, is it clear now?
Backend team, kindly confirm.
No, my photo is not coming, but a presentation is coming.
Sir, I can see your photograph, but not the presentation.
I think the sharing is disappeared.
If you could forward, sir, I can share it from this side. Because I
No, I to meet appears. I will have to let me log in. I was saying this thing. I never imagined that this will happen with us. I didn't touch. Simiji, hold on. I will log in once again. Shilu is listening to me,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
so I will have to log in once again.
No issue, sir. Yes.
Shilu, Shilu, some problem from your side because
मैडम ने ही बंद कर दिया अंदर से, अभी तो मैडम मोबाइल पे बात कर रही है ना, नहीं गुलशन राय जी की अभी तो.
The technical team at the back end, please mute yourself. Welcome back, Dr. Gulshan Rai. Maybe
yes, but Simmi, this is the. I think I have been disabled. The screen sharing has been disabled from your side.
Let me just check, sir.
This is what I'm getting a message. I think problem came from your side, which I went in a problem.
Okay, Shilohu.
Screen from your side is not being shared.
Has been enabled, ma'am. Please check, sir. You're giving you full co-host rights, please.
Yes, sir. I can see the shorter view of your presentation now. If you put it on slideshow, we will be able to. Yes, sir. Perfect, sir.
So anyway, I think something went from your central side. Sorry for the. I think we wasted about 5-7 minutes, maybe about shorter time. So friends, I was talking about the three phases there. One was the period up to 2000, then the 2005, and the beyond 2005 onward. And these are the three where we have seen the technology is going up in a step function. Completely, there is a transition which happened, transformation happened there. The phase which was in the 2000 was that we got into the 5 basic technologies, the WWW, World Wide Web. It is so important today. You cannot go without it to any kind of application to internet without getting into WWW. You cannot do anything without WWW. Search engine, how important it become a search engine. The mobile telephony, it changed the entire function of the mobile system. Look at a common man, which were not expected. He has a mobile phone in his hand, he is able to do the business. SMS changed the entire system. No more we were getting into the letters there, and then the email system came. But what more important that was there, people didn't realize that the augmented reality, virtual reality, which we started seeing the movie about 10 years ago, Jurassic Park, we saw is a result of the augmented kind of a virtuality. These are the technologies which came up in the 2000 and become part and parcel. But what happened in 2005 onward, we started having a different kind of a technology. We are today in a digital transformation, which uses the technology which we had, but it is going much more, and we are only seeing the tips of the iceberg. And these are, we talk about common, the artificial intelligence. I think all of you know that if you type a message on the mobile phone, smartphone, we do the email also, or with search engine there. You write some word, the system automatically suggests you some different lines there, different spellings there, different kind of thing. And they help us to complete this sentence. And many a times, they suggest something which we carelessly forward, and it has a different meaning, a different word over there. So AI has become part of our life. We talk about the big data, searching of the data there. We talk about cloud computing. Today, we are talking about on a cloud environment there. Each one of you sitting a different location, I'm sitting a different location. We are talking on a horizontally on this one network. And where the network is getting merged together, it's somewhere in the cloud. We don't know whether it's Mr. Shilu Rao is doing it, or Miss Simmi Chaudhary is doing, or who else is doing. We really don't know, and we are not bothered about it also there. Gmail comes from 35 countries, access you. So when you know is coming from which country, it's difficult to do that. Among blockchain, we have heard a different kind of a technology, virtual currency, Bitcoin. We all common hear about it. That's a blockchain kind of a technology. And then the IoT, Internet of Things. Everything today which is available has a cyber interface, has a technology interface. Even you buy a washing machine, you buy a mixie there, you control the speed, you control many features over there. How these are controlled? These are controlled through software. There is an operating system built in every device. There is 90% of the devices which are produced in the country has a network interface connected. It can be connected on the internet there, and that makes it to be a Internet of the Things. Internet of Things means any kind of a device which is connected on the internet is called a IoT device. I can tell you, friends, that I went about 6 years ago to USA when I was in the Ministry of Electronics and IT, and I was in Washington went for an official visit. I was taken to the Intel kind of a factory which was nearby, and they showed me a different kind of a fabrics there. I was quite perplexed. This is a semiconductor company, and they are showing me the fabric there. I said, I mean, are you trying to shift your business to fabric? They then explain me now they are trying to make the fabric to be a embed sensor in it. So and those sensor will be connected on the network, so that when you wear the fabric, your entire body will have a network and you can communicate the parameter, maybe your body parameter or your communication there, someone remotely do that. So when I wear the fabric, I become an Internet of Things there. So in a matter of 2 years, not more than 2 years, we will not call a mobile device a laptop device. We'll call Internet IoT, Internet of Things there, because the sensors comes in between. You have a sensor in a mobile phone, you have a sensor in the laptop. So we are going to be a Internet of Things. We will not call indoor devices. And then top of this, the issue of the cyber security, cyber vigilance. Now, why the cyber security is important, we'll come, but these are the now component of the digital transformation which we are dealing with, and we are on the tips of the iceberg, which I said it. They are becoming very, very complicated, and we'll see it later on. What scenario we are going to enter? We are going to enter this scenario in 2 years' time. All of you hear about 5G, fifth generation communication there. The fifth generation communication is going to be at par with the internet. Today, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, up to 4G, you have a separate internet pack and separate voice pack there on the mobile phone. But when you go to 5G, it's all going to follow a internet kind of a rules. It will be internet-based system will be there as we deal with the internet. This is scenario there. What will happen? That we will have, because of the internet connectivity, every kind of a device, IoT, it will get connected on the internet. You have the mobile phone, you have a laptop, you have a late CNC machine, you have hospital equipment, you have a road building kind of equipment, which will get connected on the same. So the scenario is going to be very, very difficult. It's going to be difficult. What is happening? That most of these scenarios are going to deploy a software. The percentage of the software today is 70% in any of the system. By changing the software, we change the design, we change the feature, put more feature, reduce feature. We completely do by changing the software there. And software means AI, the machine learning kind of a thing. Machine learns by its own software algorithm. So everything is now we are moving toward a next generation communication, 5G, a connected world with a software driven world, and so-called in our parlor we call a next generation kind of a system, next generation system. When we call a next generation system, software design system, it's a software which controls the entire functioning of the system. And this is a fact which is very, very important aspect there. Now, where are the emerging scenario? Emerging scenario is there now. The rise of digital enterprise is there. You see the work from home, pandemic, COVID-19 picture. Every house has become now a IT literate there. We do all the transactions are happening remotely. You see the 200 billion transaction, UPI-based transaction has been logged in. So we are all shopkeeper is becoming, with the coming of the Geo and other kind of things, every shopkeeper is rushing to put a website on the digital platform. They want to participate digitally. Then in this environment, we need to react quickly. The IT required, we need to react quickly. You saw that. I was in a bit lecture, some problem somewhere happened, we have to got distracted. We need to react because all of you are listening to me, all of you are collecting together. What is the need of the hour? That we need to develop innovative solutions to address it. Cost should be less, it should be economical, it should be better. And then the culture of work from home is increasing. I get the news from the abroad that it has become, they are going to extend the culture even after the pandemic is over there. Today, even after the pandemic period, the employees found work from home culture so easy, so happy there. They are reluctant to come to the office. Reluctant to come to the office. This is a scenario which is emerging, and we need to be very, very careful. Now, friends, why this cyber security is important there? We said we are all control going to be controlled by the software. What is software? Software is a list of instructions there. By changing one instruction, we can make the device to function in a manner different than what was intended to be, and that's way it is done there. So any hacker, any adversary can change one's few lines and add few lines if he or she gets access to the device or the software, and it can play havoc there. You are measuring the blood pressure monitor, and it being stored instead of your 120 by 80 start showing 140 by 100 there. You can see what havoc it can create there if I change the entire parameter reading there. That is why the security of the devices, security of the information in the devices or in the computer system is a necessity when we are dealing with the digital platform, so that no one is able to tamper with data. The integrity of the information, integrity of the system is maintained, and that is the importance of the cyber security there. Now, which are the places where we deal with internet by us? We deal internet at home, we deal internet with the schools, office, malls, driving. While driving, we talk about the things there, banks and everywhere. We deal with the internet everywhere. This is what I was saying. This is scenario which we are there. What do we use the internet for? We use the internet for education, we use the internet for communication, we use the internet for fun and entertainment. Can you see Netflix or the Prime Time or a Prime Amazon or whatever Hotstar? Can you see without the internet? You cannot see the internet. These games there, these are we need the internet a compulsory for that. And why cyber awareness? Cyber awareness is that, as I explained, first of all, we need to protect our environment. We need to see that the entire system is secure and safe. Nobody is able to play with us. Many a time you would have seen that or heard that you get a call, unnecessarily call, they get it. It's a hoax call, and they try to take your credentials there. So we need to know cyber. We need to be aware what is the issues with the cyber. How do we secure ourselves? How do we be vigilant about using the technology? Today we need to understand these things because of the use of the technology in almost everything. So first we want to see to be safe and smart on the internet. That we operate. Once you connect on the internet, we are connected worldwide. Anybody can enter into my system. I can enter into any system by putting www. That's all. I mean, nothing has to be done. Put a www, enter into anywhere. In the way our mind thinks, you can in one moment you can be in Finland, other moment you will be in your office, third moment you can be in Bombay, or next moment you can be in America or wherever. You keep on roaming there. So we need to be safe and smart while surfing on the internet. Maintain personal safety. All of us try to maintain a lot of data on our mobile phone, and the percentage of the smartphone has increased 27% in the last 4 years to almost we have 63% of the smartphones there. At times we store email address, we store the contact addresses there, we store the passwords for our credit account, debit account, all kind of things we keep on storing there. And friends, whenever we lose a phone, most of the time the cost doesn't matter, doesn't come to our mind. Mind comes up, the phone has gone, my directory has gone, how do I get it there? My phone, there is no listing, we don't back up there. So personal safety has become important. So that is why we require awareness. Then we have be responsible for our own security. Means that someone is not creating a problem with our phone. We have heard about viruses there. Somebody sends us a virus, jams my system there. Today, they talk about ransomware. They send a software, they send a link to you. You click it, and your whole details from the phone goes away. Your phone gets totally encrypted. You are not able to access it. So our own security is necessary, that we need to know the awareness. And then what is the safety required on moving on internet? Internet, I mean, today you can talk about internet like a corona there. We put a mask not only for ourselves, but we need to put a mask to save others also, and similarly to save ourselves from others also there. So it's a dual purpose. We are in a globe, we are moving in a globe. We need to secure ourselves, we need to secure the internet, so the other peoples are not impacted by us and they don't impact to us. Then entire protect the nation, because today this internet, as I show a picture to you, where everyone is coming and connected there. There is no difference between civil, there is no difference between the military. You can't differentiate it. You really don't know. He, she, we don't really know whether is a genuine person, not genuine person. And each one is connected. Then the nation power grid is connected there. Your Aadhaar system is connected there. Your email system is connected there. So if something goes wrong with one, it have a cascading effect. So it impacts the economic security. Your core banking impacts the security there. So we need to secure our nation, we need to secure our institute, we need to secure our organization, and we need to secure the data which we have or which we are trying to access it. Now, what you see on the internet, everything is not something which is very good for us. There are two scenarios. Now, you are looking at the phone. Now, I'll give a very clear example to you. Whenever you download an app, you try to do a service. The message comes to you that I will take away your directory, I will take away all your images, I will take every data. If you don't do say yes, you are not able to use that service. That's one aspect. But the moot point I will trying that once it takes away your data, everything which is in your phone, that takes away. If that organization who is taking your data doesn't follow a proper discipline, they are also looking at what you are trying to do, and most of the time leakage happens because of that. I'm not going into the details over there. So this is scenario that in the internet, whatever you are doing it, someone may be seeing it, whether in a legitimate manner, illegitimate manner, or in a which is not desirable. It's a criminal kind of a thing which somebody sees it. So, and we are not aware who else is seeing our data. When anyone we download the app, the data is taken away. We don't know what they are doing with the data, but they have the right to see, and they may see that because we have given click yes. So what we are doing it, someone else may be seeing which we are not aware what someone is doing it. So not everything on internet is what it seems to be. Someone may be looking at you without our knowing it. Now we offer here, there are few things which gets important there. Now the quality, the feature, the unique feature of the internet and the cyber technology is that it is borderless. And I said horizontal network. Borderless means there is no boundary. Anyone can, from any country, from anywhere world, can connect to me, take away my information, go it away. It's virtual. I can create the internet account in your name. I can create a bank account in your name. I can create the email account in your name. I can declare myself to be a Simmi Chaudhary, and Simmi Chaudhary can declare myself to be a Gulshan Rai, or we call it morphing. We do the morphing, we do spoofing, we do that. So it's a virtual, everything is virtual, there's nothing real. Borderless, virtual, and then come the anonymous there, which is the anonymous part I said it. This is the feature there. This feature, there's one more feature in this kind of a technology. If you go to buy a furniture, you normally ask for that, what is the guarantee? You give me the guarantee. He says 1 year guarantee, and you can return, do repair, everything within the guarantee period. It's true with when you put a construction, a civil bridge, there also is a guarantee, maintenance. You put a road, there is a guarantee. But when you buy a electronics item, Today there is no guarantee. Wherever there is a software, there is no guarantee. They say, I will address your hardware part, but I cannot give you guarantee for the software part. You have to buy the guarantee from day one. Operating system, if you don't buy, you don't get updates. You get a security breaches there because software is not updated. No software which comes, no device which comes is 100% secure. There are breaches, there are vulnerabilities, and we need to buy separately those kind of a guarantees to make the system secure, even if they're not sure that we will secure our system if the update comes up. This feature results in some sort of a offenses and crimes will take place. Cyberbullying is one such crime which we often happen. We see the cyberbullying there. What is cyberbullying? Cyberbullying occurs when the internet or the mobile phone are used to send damaging and threatening messages or deliberate, repeated in a hostile manner. We demand something, we keep on sending messages there. We get irritated. We can irritate it when so many frank calls we get it, so many calls, the advertisement calls will get it. Those are a kind of a cyberbullying. Somebody keep on sending messages to you. It's a cyberbullying. It's bullying you. It's irritating you. And most of the time, these are sent by out of a jealousy, out of a anger, out of a revenge or a frustration. This is what happened there. And cyberbullying is often done for their own entertainment or to get a reaction there. This happens there. And particularly this aspect we have seen more with the females there. The female didn't respond, someone wants a response, someone wants to tease a female, she's not responding. This is the aspect of cyberbullying. We often get it. And this can be done in the official work also. Someone wants me to do a job, I don't do that. They get hold of my mobile phone and start sending, irritating me a phone, they're teasing me. That can happen not only with the female, it can happen with any one of us. Now, cyberbullying can be done in a following way. You forward a private communication to other. All your WhatsApp messages, I transferred. You saw the Riya Chakravarti's case. The press was shouting, so WhatsApp messages are available on the TV. Now, look at it. In fact, Riya Chakravarti was being bullied there. But messages were being put over there. It was sending shiver in all our spine that we write so much on the WhatsApp messages. We share a different kind of a message in a careful manner, non-careful manner. Most of the time we are not careful. If our messages are leaked out, and I got so many calls, that how long government has the access to share the messages? How do they get it? A very senior security expert or professor, he sends me from one of the prestigious universities in the country there. So these can be by forwarding a private communication to someone, embarrass you, impersonate to spread rumors. WhatsApp, you get so many things, messages there. Then the posting embarrassing photos and videos. I can do a Photoshop to the TikTok. I was creating my own effect on the photograph there. You put it there. You put myself and put my face as to be Simmi's face or Simmi's face or my face on Simmi's face. It will be big embarrassment to us, each one of us there. By using websites or blog, by blasting the things there, humiliating text message sent there, because I say the virtual borderless kind of thing. So these are the embarrassment we can do by stealing password. These are the things which are cyberbullying is done there. Then come the social networking. Now social networking, what is social networking? What is YouTube? YouTube is that your own TV channel. Today, whatever we are doing is coming on the TV. It's a channel. We are broadcasting our own channel there. It's a TV channel. Social media site. What is a social media site? It's a newspaper. It's a kind, you publish your own newspaper. You are putting your views freely without any obstruction. It's a kind of a newspaper. You publish your view. You go to the newspaper fellow that I want to give the news. They don't care for you. But you go to the website, go to the social media site, you can publish any of the news. So when you publish a news, it is seen everyone. Twitter, you want to get up in the morning and send a message to anywhere, you can send it. I have seen a unmarried boy sending the messages to the fiancé in the morning, good morning, darling. I have seen that kind of a tutor being used also there. So these are the things of the social networking. Now, when you use a social networking, which are the danger, which was done for the better productivity, efficiency, but it brings the, if we don't use it properly, there are issues. We get addicted to the social networking. I said morning, I'm wishing my fiancé good morning, I'm using the tutor to say, it's a misuse of that. We are addicted and we are misusing it there. That time wasting, we unnecessarily go on a social media unnecessarily. Why should we speak? Why should we post everything, whatever thing in the mind? We keep on posting photographs. We putting the photograph there. It's a kind of a statistic pleasure that everybody is seeing my photograph. But look at it how it is used there. Today, if you go for a visa in an embassy, they look your social media record. They ask you your social media handler, that you can be denied the visa on the ground that something carelessly you have done it on the social media site, and you can have a very costly, you go for a job, before the job is given in the government also, your police verification looks at your social media profile also there. How you are being treated, how you are being projected in the social media, that's impact of that. Identity theft. How the identity theft is done? You put a link. You want to talk to Simmi Chaudhary, you click on this link. It's not a Simmi Chaudhary's talk. Or you want to talk to Gulshan Rai, you click this link there. You click the link, it steals away your passwords, come to the system, steals away all your information there, and your identity gone. And the identity means your password is also gone there. This is why when the Zoom was there, so much, there was a system which was, I did, someone was coming in the session by stealing the password, so much issues were there. So identity theft can happen to the social media, loss of a privacy. You are giving out all your information about yourself without realizing what you are giving it. Phishing attacks there. Phishing attack, which I said, post a link and it takes to State Bank of India. You want to deal with State Bank of India, it gives you State Bank of India. State Bank of India says, give me so and so information, assume to be a State Bank of India site and give it, and it takes away, fish up all your detail. And then the threatening association. You have seen so many contacts being made through FaceTime or the Facebook or the social media. Ultimately, it end up in a fraud there. The marriages I have heard, we have seen marriages ending up in a fraud by virtue of social media. Then the cyber predators are there, where are the people who use the internet to exploit particularly the younger people for the sexual and other purposes, particularly the children there. And this is this used to be very common in the Western countries, but this has become more prevalent in our country also there. Many cyber predators pretend to be someone else or about details. They get a trust. They pose themselves to be trustworthy. Someone will pose you as a Gulshan Rai and try to teach you. I will teach you the cyber security or the cyber technology, and then you get lower and slowly he keeps on doing it. This is the way recruitments are happen. This is the way many details are happen. This is a cyber predator. Then you put inappropriate content. You see the inappropriate content is all available on internet. You want to search any kind of a thing, we go to the internet, and a lot of hue and cries used to happen. I don't want to repeat those things there. The content, how to make a pistol was available. The PNDT tests used to available even in Supreme Court, all kind of a thing. You go and look at it, it's available there. So this gives a different kind of information. So we have the inappropriate content and accessing inappropriate content. You can see how much radicalization will happen there. We have heard so many issues about the radicalization there. What is identity theft? My identity is my password. My identity is my domain name, my bank accounts there, my account number, my credit card, debit card, or my thumb impression, fingerprint. They are my identity there. So if it's stolen, if theft is made, in the digital world, I will lose everything there. Most of the time we have a confidence that no, it doesn't happen. The way many of us move on in India without a mask. No, the corona will not happen to me because I take every day ashwagandha or I take the gula, I take things doesn't happen to me. But actually, it does happen there. We have an overconfidence, and they say that I use the internet security suite, but I have downloaded this open source security suite, which again is a compromise kind of a thing. I buy a McAfee or Trend Micro or Nortel kind of a suite, but I don't upgrade it. I don't renew it. I buy it. Most of the time, what mistake we do, all the antivirus is available on the website. We download and install it. Actually, we are not downloading this thing. We don't check its integrity. We download it and we make our system compromised because those are hosted to make you victim. You download it and the system gets victim there. And then we don't check our antiviruses there. And nobody should be interested in stealing my identity. That's a feeling. Why should I'm a common man. Why should anybody be worried about me? This gives overconfidence. Identity theft, we must understand what is identity theft versus identity fraud. Identity theft is a misuse of identity, such as your name, date of birth, your current or previous address or your official status without your knowledge. Okay, I will give you a very incident, very elaborate the case. Now, these details are used to obtain goods and services. When we say identity theft, I do the credit card transaction on your behalf because I look at this data, I get the data and do the transaction. Identity fraud is something different than identity theft. Is the use of misappropriated identity in a criminal activity to obtain goods or services by deception. Means in one case, identity theft, I go as a Gulshan Rai after stealing my document there. But in the second case, I pose myself Gulshan Rai and create the fraud there. I don't have your data there, but I pose Gulshan Rai, and we have heard so many cases in the media. So and so guy was caught. He was posing himself as CBI officer, and he was trying to get the benefit or to get many things done there. That was an identity fraud there. So let us understand difference between theft and a fraud. Now there are many methods we can do that. The application ID fraud, account takeover, by which if I use the identity, I can do the application management, I can do the account takeover, I can send an email, and I can do any kind of things which is injurious to me, we can do that. I'll give you two examples. Many of the ATM frauds happens that someone gets a call that, look, I'm a bank manager and I'm calling from bank and your account is getting shut down today because it's not been validated. And so I'm a bank manager, so give me 1, 2, 3 details, your credit card number, debit card number, PIN number, your date of validity there. The moment I give it to them, they start operating because that is what I need to operate. He's stealing my identity. That identity he uses to commit the transactions there. ATM, take out the money or do the e-commerce transaction. By the time we come to know, when a transaction happens, your mobile phone tells you something has happened, then you know something has happened and some transaction happened, then you start worrying about it. That's identity theft and the identity fraud. That telephoning you, taking your details is the identity theft. Making a transaction on a commercial transaction is a identity fraud. Okay. Now I have seen very complicated cases there. A link gets on the someone gets inject on your club there. I have a very clear example of the army there. The army people, they go to, or the defense forces people go to respective club. They compromise the central server, central machine, computer system of the club. They post a link there. And when the defense officer goes to that link, downloads the link there, gets system compromised there. That tells them and the hacker gets into the system, choose away your identity theft, credit card, debit card, and everything. And that's the way they monitor where you are posted. Because if you steal away my credit card, if I'm posted today in Delhi, I will do transaction in Delhi. If I'm posted in Guwahati, I will do transaction in Guwahati. So by monitoring us, getting into the system and monitoring your credit card statement, sitting in the statement, I can say today you are transferred to Guwahati, you are not in Delhi there. That's why I map it there. That's why I map it. So this is by choosing identity theft, or you can do fraud, you can do this kind of a surveillance monitoring aspect there. And no, these are done by the enemies there. The loss of privacy. Maybe our confidence level is that nothing happened, doesn't matter to me. But biometric technologies, they are, if someone steals, it can make a big impact. Video surveillance happens there. You don't know, you are going on a road, so many cameras are there. The data is being taken, how the data is being taken, what data is not being taken. If something happens, the police takes the recorder and catches you up there. And in this, many could be there. So video surveillance, biometric technology, these are examples which can be used which can result in a loss of privacy to you. E-commerce transaction, workplace monitoring there, the wireless communication and location, because when you do any internet communication, there is the location built in the location. The geotag goes over there. So these data profiling, and we keep on hearing about, we have heard so many things about the Facebook data profiling which happens there. So these are the things which can result, which can help, which can be instrumental in a loss of privacy, but we don't know this, we are losing the privacy. The phishing attacks. Phishing attacks is something you get a link on your mobile phone, on your website or in your email, and say, look, and it poses to be as if coming from a bank, ICICI Bank or a particular state bank or Bank of India or any other bank. When you open the link there, you say why the link has come. You open the link, it shows the page of that particular bank. If you are, let us say, if you are dealing with some X bank, it shows the page of that bank there. And the message comes to you, we are trying to update the information in our bank accounts there. Kindly supply the following information. It will ask you each and everything, including the password and PIN there. You supply that. So entire data is gone. So what you look at it, you look at your own bank, you look at this is a website or a bank, you don't feel any suspicious about it, and you provide the data. By creating the false kind of a bank website, they fish out the data. These are called phishing attacks. Today, phishing attacks have become very, very complex. We'll see with this. And these are one of the technique and method of causing this serious and large-scale cyber incident in the one there. CFO fraud business. That the CEO gets a mail, or you get a mail from CEO. Actually, it doesn't happen there. Many of the frauds, I'll give you one example. There was a case in 2017, there was a case, Union Bank of India, where $171 million was withdrawn in half an hour. $171 million. You cannot think of it, the money. If you ask me $171 million is equivalent to how many rupees, I will take time to calculate it there. Saying 171 million is easy, but realizing what is 171 is very, very difficult to do that. How did it happen? That they got a phishing mail purporting to be sent by Reserve Bank of India that do this thing, and each one of them, without understanding that Reserve Bank of India cannot ask you to take such important step in this manner there, they immediately clicked it and they start doing it, and entire system was compromised. And then $171 million was withdrawn 7 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. in the evening. This happened there. Luckily, it was Wednesday. And we were monitoring. I was personally involved in that, and we could recover the entire money in one week time, 5 days time, without losing any money. But if I tell you where all the money went, Money went to Philippines, money went to Vietnam, money went to Dubai, money went to there's another country, Taiwan. It went to Taiwan there. So money went to about 6-7 countries, and we were able to trace it. The money went from here to New York, from New York to those 5-6 countries there. So we could monitor, we could do that. First of all, it was a Wednesday, next day was not a holiday. But it was a phishing mail, and the phishing mail, how it entered? It entered from Jalandhar branch, because they found the Jalandhar branch is a weak branch of the Union Bank of India. They entered from Jalandhar branch. They went to their data center at Vashi. From Vashi, it went to the Nariman Point branch, foreign exchange branch, and they did the internet transactions from there. And 171 million went on in half an hour time. So this is a CEO business. You get instruction from CEO, you send a message to CEO, this kind of a things which happen there. Normally, a phishing guy, what he does it, that if you want to fish a CFO, CEO kind of a detail, you want to see the data of the CEO, because CEO will get every data, CEO will get everything, all the data will be, all the files will be available to him, there's nothing secret before him. So I will enter in the mail account of one of the staff in his office there. I will send a phishing mail to one of the staff there, and the staff will click it as if my boss has sent a mail to me, and then the whole system will start compromising. The way I sent Union Bank of India, they got a mail as if it has come from Reserve Bank of India, the regulator there. Because everybody will get scared, or RBI regulator, they will open the mail there. So this is the how the frauds are happen in this country. The cloning, this is a cloning phishing there, which I explained. Look at Amazon.com picture you are seeing it. It's the same page, actually same page, but we don't look at it. What need to be seen? What makes it is a cloning? What makes it genuine or a fake website? I will explain to them. Then the domain phishing. Domain phishing means gulsharnai at MeitY.gov.in, somebody sleeps, somebody takes it away, and then create a mail account and start using it. It's easy to create it. Apple.com, what is Apple.com? And I'll explain you one of the case which happened there. One in some group of entrepreneurs outside the country, outside India, they thought of the feature, they wanted to exploit the features of technology, virtual, borderless, anonymous. That feature they want to exploit it. So what they were doing it, they found out that CNN.com is very widely accessed there. So they stole the CNN.com. That is a domain phishing. They stole that credential, they stole it. So moment the DNS was shifted there, the moment I type CNN.com, it will take to me some other website there. And that website will post all kind of advertisement there. And they were posting the advertisement by getting the things from the companies. Look, we can advertise your product. They were getting this thing, they put a page in between. So, and then it will be diverted to CNN.com. So I am ultimately going to CNN.com, but I am going through those pages, which is a kind created domain phishing. I am creating a revenue also, but from the advertisement there. Similarly, I can create a Apple.com, I can create any other Google.com, I can create a page for earning revenue or for doing all kind of mischiefs there. This is the domain phishing. That evil twin, this is another kind of a phishing which happens there. HTTPS phishing there. I'll give you the meaning of the HTTPS also there, but today HTTPS is considered to be a secure website there, secure kind of a web. But we try to create a page showing HTTPS that's a secure, but actually it's not secure there. That's HTTPS. Spear phishing, this is very, very important. Spear phishing. Today, 85% of the cyber security breaches happen through this kind of a spear phishing. See the chart there? It's a spear. One cascading effect goes to the spear. It's a very, very dangerous. It becomes very, very final there. One of our country in the northern border, they specialize in this kind of a spear phishing. Most of the attacks in the government department are happening using this spear phishing kind of a thing. cascading effect. At a time, many websites are being compromised, many systems are being compromised. That's a spear phishing there. Wishing, I said ATM fraud, someone calls you. He's not a bank manager, but he poses to bank manager. Or someone he calls me as if Simmi Chaudhary is calling me. Put her voice, and someone calls someone, Gulshan Rai is calling, put my voice, kind of a things there. That's phishing, and try to get the details there. Then the SMS phishing we have seen, and wishing. How to recognize, that is important. How to recognize the phishing page, because whenever we are going to a anonymous or a different kind of a page, we must know we are not going to a phishing page or some page we are accessing. We know it's not a phishing page. This is a genuine kind of a case study which we have done it. Now you look at it. What is the normal? How do we put the page, access the page? www dot kind of a things there. But look at the top portion of this. There is a number there, number mentioned. It's normally not done there. Number is the IP address. Whenever you host a website for public, you don't host with the IP address there. But some of us who know this is the IP address, we say hoga, ye bhi hoga IP address, ye bhi IP address se bhi host hota hoga. But people who know, like us, that no website is hosted on the public with the IP address there. No, it's always the domain like this down below, www.incometaxindia.gov.in. That's a proper domain. So first we need to look at it, whether domain is proper, website appears to be proper. And that's a more visual kind of a thing which we need to look at it there. Look at the CERT website there. It says secure. Now what is the secure? We have to see. If you see the secure where the circle is there, there is a lock built over there. So we need to look at the lock there. The lock should be there. Lock means it's a secure website. This is the thing what we need to look at it. When we look at our government website, look at a personal website or anything. These are the few steps which you be careful. You can have the security and hygiene of yourself, your organization, your nation, everything, because it gives a cascading kind of effect there. Now, what are the precautions we have to see? Now, I'll give you very, very, very interesting incidents I will narrate to you. In 2016, in October, and you can find on the website also there, on the internet also, 1/3 of America, particularly in the western coast, was shut down internet for almost 1.5 hours. How did it shutdown happen? In a country like America, there was a female who has a child which was only 1 year old, and it was around 3 o'clock time. The lady, the child baby was, she put her to sleep, and she put the baby monitor, the Fisher monitor, onto the baby, and she wanted to go to the market and buy something. Yeah. Child, which becomes very difficult to carry the child. So she said that market is nearby and let the baby sleeping and put a baby monitor. Baby monitor was connected to the Wi-Fi to the watch, Apple Watch, to the lady there. She said she will monitor even if you have some sort of anything boy does it, the baby does it yawning or something, it will hear, and when the baby wakes up there. She went to the market. She was there in the market, and suddenly all the hue and cry happens there. The hacker entered. He was monitoring there the entire system there. A monitoring system. There was a Wi-Fi router. The Wi-Fi router. There was a breach in the Fisher baby monitor. The hacker exploited the breach. Through the internet, through the DSL modem, it went to the internet company, service provider. From the internet company, it went to the power grid there. And from power grid, it completely jammed the traffic by making the traffic lights to be red there, permanently red there. So all the traffic lights in that area was made red. It was a grid. And unlike in India, where things work in isolation, it doesn't work isolation. They're all grid there. The power was shut down, all the lights were shut down there, and you should look at it there, what chaos it was created there. The lady also saw certain crowd and she rushed back, and when she locked her watch there, then she found something wrong is happening there. She rushed back to the home there and found, and everybody start pouring to her house because they located, this is the IP address, this is the located that system. So a small breach in your system made such a big havoc there. That's why I say when Simmi was talking about it, nation, she talked about the nation. So by securing ourselves, we need to secure ourselves, our institute, our nation there. But what precautions we need to look at it? We should not click a link which has not come from our known sources there. We should be very, very sure about the source. We must check the link before clicking it. We should be very clear. Hover around it, preview the URL the way I've explained to you, and then look carefully for the spelling, misspelling, and other irregularities in the domain address, the address there. Enter your username and password only over a secure communication. You must look for a kind of HTTPS prefix and also the URL. HTTP, no website today, important website is HTTP or HTTPS. And I see your mail site, your bank websites there, your billing websites there, all are HTTPS. You got to see that and look at the URL very, very carefully there. You have to be cautious about opening your attachments and downloading files. Very, very cautious. If something you find is slow movement, don't do that, delete it, and don't download a file if you don't know, if you are not sure it has come from a known and valid sources there. Look into the sender email before you really enter or give away your details there. You have to look at it there. And if it is very sensitive, you must call them and find out. Then use antivirus. You must back it up. You must secure your system by using the antivirus. And like this, there are do use a separate email account for things like shopping online there. Now, I give you an example. I went for a meeting. I was to inaugurate a consumer protection kind of a workshop, which was that time be chaired by the late Ramvilas Paswanji, and then the head of the National Consumer Court head, Justice D.K. Jain, also was there. After when I was delivered my speech, Justice D.K. Jain asked me, so many ATM frauds, credit frauds are happening. How do you monitor? How do you secure your account? I was quite innocent because question was asked to me genuinely and I answered the question genuinely. Look, I said, look, I do the internet account, I do my debit and credit account, but for those accounts, I have a separate account. My main account where my salary comes or my other things, money comes up there, it is not connected to the internet because I had to be very, very careful. I don't want to connect internet until unless it is very much needed there, because I don't know, sometimes I may miss it. And I have seen in my career, I've seen my exposure, I've seen very highly educated people, professor from IIT getting duped there. So I transfer some amount, 25,000, 30,000 from my main account to that account, and I do the transactions there. And I was asked some supplementary questions and I answered those questions. But some journalists were sitting there. Next day, Times of India carried the headline, the national cyber chief of the country does not use the internet account there. And you know how much problem I had? The standing committee, today the standing committee chairman was that those days our Minister of State for Finance there. He was there that time chairing. He called me in a standing committee. I was great. How can you make statement? The principal secretary to PM, he said, be careful. Mr. Joseph, the Minister of State for the IT Ministry, he was there. He telephoned to me. You should be careful. I said, but what wrong? I have done it. Of course, the principal secretary to PM told me, no, you have not done anything. You have done the right thing. You have told the correct thing to them. They should to follow that. Your job is to tell how to protect, and that's what you are asking. Why are you worried about it? But I was hauled up by a standing committee and this ministry, the Minister of State was. But I'm glad our minister, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, he never called me, never did that. I used to keep on meeting him, but never said anything to me. But look at it. I mean, I never used to do that. So we need to be very, very careful. We need to see the risk. Why should I put my lakhs of rupees in a risk there, where there are so many people involved there? In UPI, so many interfaces are there, so many people are involved. So I must take the risk depending upon my capacity. So here precautions also need to be taken. Seeing my risk there. And I mean, if you ask me, all along about a year, it's a year and 2-3 months that I retired there. After retirement, I went on WhatsApp. I was never on WhatsApp. I was never on Gmail. I never corresponded on Hotmail. I never did that. Because I wanted to become, my mobile phone was not connected on the internet, because many transactions I used to deal with very sensitive and very different kind of a people. I never wanted my system to be compromised. I did not do that, because some mistake, it will create a problem. So you got to be very, very careful while dealing with this. Now safeguard, there is no need to enter a UPI pin while receiving the amount. If you enter a pin, then you are going to transfer your details there, and you are transfer the pin, and pin is is the last factor by which, if I steal your pin, money I can transfer without you knowing that. Never click on a link that you have received in an email or from a fraudster's text message. Never click. No bank will send you, give me the details there. No organization will ask you to give me details there. They will send a letter, please visit, and you have to give it. Download UPI app from an official store like a Google Play. Don't download from anywhere else. When the PM Cares thing happens there, I was on the task force of the Delhi University there, and the CFO of the Delhi University tells me that the university has to contribute to the PM Cares fund. The teachers and faculty want to contribute. Tell us which is the genuine account there, because so many accounts were floating on that. The accounts were fake accounts were floating there. Money was transferred over there. So we need to know that they don't download the app from here and there. Avoid clicking on unknown links or forwarding any suspicious SMS there. And never share your UPI MPIN with anyone. Precaution while shopping online. Similar kind of precautions are there. Avoid using the public Wi-Fi, because it's never secure. It's all compromised. You don't know who is stealing your password, who is stealing over there. Check your bank and credit card statements regularly to identify that any potential fraudulent transactions happen there. Different password for different account, but don't keep the password at one place there. You must no unsolicited advice. Don't act on the unsolicited messages, unsolicited communication. Don't act on that. And if you are being cyberbullied, don't react to the bully. It only will motivate others if you react there. Just ignore them. Don't reply to any message from a bully. And if you are being cyberbullied by someone on the social network, you can block or you can unfriend them at all. These are some of the things which need to be followed very, very carefully. You have to do that, and I can guarantee you, technology can save you 20%. If you follow the proper processes, it can save you more than 50%. Now, why in the government department, every government tender you see, it should be company bidder should be ISO 9000 compliant there. We always say that. We always tell them follow standard. Follow standard means they follow certain process. We follow certain procedure, and that procedure, that processes, the checks and balances are there, and we can check it there. That's why in our government system also, the checks and balances there. There is a AFA, there is a DFA, there is a FA, and then the secretary there, and then your Ministry of Finance there. The GFR is there. These are all checks and balance systems are maintained. Problem comes up when we remove those checks and balances, we shortcut the procedure, we end up in a problem. So we need to follow the process, we need to follow the standard. Every organization need to have a cybersecurity policy, and that is what need to be followed very carefully. Now, This is online game. Online game. Do's for the children. These are the do's for the children. Keep your device up to date, clean there, because all the games are download free from the internet. And when you download internet, you risk the downloading the software script, which will compromise your system. And these are the do's for the children. These are the do's for the children. One has to very, very carefully see that. But there are threats of the online. Password stealer can go password stealer. I can see it can be cyberbullying. It can be used for the webcam worries. It can use, or all this kind of online gaming. It can be done that. What is the thing which is known for the children there? Never accept any download from a stranger there. Look, game, never accept that, because it can damage your system. Unfortunately, that in our houses, we are all middle class people. We buy one laptop, and the laptop is used for variety of multiple purposes. We have one mobile phone, we use the mobile phone variety of multiple purposes, conducting the e-commerce transaction, making the bill payment, or accessing a website, or sending a mail, or WhatsApp messages, or even downloading the short games over there. So this becomes a problem. Don't download a free, in general, this is a general, this is true. Don't meet a stranger from your gaming kind of thing. If someone says, let us play game, don't make a friend. Don't make a friend on a Facebook and start playing with them without understanding this. Similarly, don't send any material to anyone, and don't and ignore any kind of a game which any unknown person sends you. So these are the few things which we do that. About a password, often says that if you go to Gmail or Hotmail, they say 8-word password. They don't allow you. Then they say uppercase, lowercase numbers. It's a mix of the numbers there. Why do they say so? Because today the technology is available which can break 2-3 password. If my name is Gulshan Rai, say G Rai, it can be easily broken in 10 minutes time, and password can be broken. But if you put a 8 character with uppercase, lowercase, special character, it takes years for someone to break the password. And one needs a good facility to break the password. That's why a good kind of a system, they ask you to put a 8-pass password, and they monitor you. Uppercase, lowercase, special character, that kind of thing. And the NIC also. NIC struggled for a long time creating that culture there. Today, NIC also says you put a 8-word password. If the password is stolen, imagine what will happen. It can create havoc kind of a thing. Each one of us gets involved in so many things on the WhatsApp messages with our friends. We don't want our children to know. We don't want our wife to know. Wife don't want to know. The husband should know. If passwords are stolen, what will happen? It can create a havoc. That's the first kind of a issues which may happen there. So the password, and I have explained the password to you. This needs to be kept in a proper manner there. Don't keep the. Ideally speaking, don't use one password across the devices there, because if one device is compromised, you can compromise each and everything there. Use a different password. Yes, I understand how many password I can remember there, but you can have a logic to a password. But don't have one password. Don't have so many passwords also, because if you click more than 3 times, you can shut down your access also. Be a minimum set of passwords. Keep the password separately somewhere, maybe handwritten in a diary, maybe handwritten somewhere there, but don't keep the password on your mobile phone or any devices which is on the internet there. That is the aspect, first step we need to understand. Friends, I was given 1 hour. I think I have taken more than an hour, and in between 10 minutes or 12 minutes were wasted because of the glitch there. I can go on. I can give you so many examples, but my purpose is not to frighten you, but to create a more awareness to you that technology is a must. We need to use technology. We need to implement technology, and there is no way out of it. We must understand how to use technology in a safer manner so that it can help to us in efficiency and productivity. Thank you very much. And I have already shot the time, and I think My friend, esteemed friend Simmi must be worrying that I've short time. Thank you very much for allowing me to go time, but I am here to answer any question. But I must, first of all, I must say that I'm grateful. The material was compiled, given by our one of the society, CDAC, which has done a wonderful kind of a job in creating those awarenesses. There, a lot of data given to me by them. So I am grateful to them. It's the copyright information, and I have used them with their permission aspect. My job is to only explain and present to you. Thank you, and I'm here for if there's some question I can answer that. And anytime, Simiji, anytime you want, I can carry on further from here, but I have finished.
Definitely, sir. It's been a mesmerizing talk that you have delivered. So very relevant, so very related, and touching upon the very daily life activities of citizens across ages, across professions, and across different persona. And as you rightly said, sir, that there is a rise of digital enterprise. Technology is a must. We are going digital in every arena of our life, but that also emphasizes, as you have correctly cautioned us, the need to have security of information, to have security of our data, to maintain our privacy. And this makes it imperative to become cyber aware, to become cyber vigilant, and to stay safe and smart, as you said, on the internet as we operate there. And you've covered a large variety of concerns ranging from data leakages, privacy breaches, cyberbullying, careless behavior on the internet, identity theft, phishing attacks, cyber predators, and much more, sir. This has really been very enlightening, but because of paucity of time, I may not be able to take all the questions, but I would try to summarize the key aspects that are still being raised by the audience, and I would try to condense them into maybe say three questions at the most, sir. What measures would you recommend, recognizing that yes, there are gaps in the cyber vigilance of citizens as they operate on the internet today? What measures would you recommend to fill in the gaps towards cyber vigilance for citizens in general and organizations in particular? And related to this, you may like to emphasize the role of emerging technologies. How can they be harnessed towards greater cyber vigilance?
Simiji, I mean, I think most of the all the issues which you want me to do, I have done that. What are the do's and don't precaution we need to do that? I've emphasized a lot, spent a lot of time on emphasizing those things there, and I think what I can do that with the permission of the. Anyway, this is going to be YouTube. Anybody can look at it repeatedly also. And if it required, what I will request is CDAC to create a copy and you can post on your website so that those things are available to the your vigilance section of the IT ministry can post it, so that those can be accessed by anyone you want to see that. Most of the time, it happens that when you explain, someone follows, someone doesn't follow, someone wants to note down, someone is not able to note down. But the whole purpose is your objective was to create awareness and to sensitize the people, which you have achieved that. And I think once these people are sensitized, they can download the material and look at it at their leisure time there. But most of the steps I have already explained in my lecture. The each one of these, I mean, if I had to summarize 4 or 5 steps, we need to do that. We need to be very careful in our password. We need not put 1 2 3 4. So we always must follow the instruction, have a 8 character password, which everybody says uppercase, lowercase, special character, that kind of a thing. Don't all the devices be not connected on the same password. Don't keep the password of the mobile phone at one place there. There are to be scattered places there. Minimize the number of passwords as much as possible. I mean, don't make it a large number because you won't remember, and don't make it one. We have to minimize the numbers and keep it secure places there. That's one aspect. Don't click the link if you don't know from the source, but you have to be very, very clear for in looking at the domain. I have explained the lock part. I have explained to them. So the steps, if people have seen, I think they need to be very careful. Most of the time, today morning, we have a now fashion in this country to send a good morning image. Radhe, Radhe, Sri Krishna, all kind of images become. But let us not forget, those images may contain a backward kind of a virus there which can infect our system. These are the things which is done there. After all, nobody is creating those things freely there. Someone, there has to be a motive there. Don't download the open source kind of a software. Don't download the open source antivirus to save the money. You got to buy, you got to enter into the contract and take a legal copy. So pirated copies can create your system. Don't do that. All my fellow colleagues are advised, and I will request them that the copying, downloading the copyright, the copied software, copied kind of links there, going to any website without understanding, one is doing a blunder, making the system invariably compromised. Invariably, they are making compromise. So I think small thing, if we are, if hum jagruk hai, if we are vigilant about small thing, rest of the things follows there. It's a follows thing there. Initially, we must know what to do, and then the mind automatically start working. Our mind is inquisitive mind.
One rather specific question, sir, from the ministry's perspective. We all know that the economy is increasingly becoming digital, and we are going further emphasizing creation of national public digital platforms in various sectors. With that perspective, we understand there is a paramount need to strengthen our data protection, to strengthen our cyber laws and our cyber security. So, if, with your experience, what would you highlight to us or identify for us three top actions that the ministry should undertake quickly to secure its digital economy?
Apart from what I have said it, I think for a ministry or the government offices or other offices, what we need to do is that we need to be very careful while buying the cyber items or ICT items. Then I aim in to say that we must look at the features and the security also with that. When we go and buy a window from our house, we look at it, the strength of that window or the iron which is put over there. We normally look at it. We go and buy plywood. We look at the strength of the plywood. We buy anything, we look at those things there. So we need to look at the security of the item, robustness of the item while either buying hardware or a software kind of thing. That's one. Second thing is that if you are developing an application there, we must test the application not only with respect to the features, but with respect to the security also there. The security has to be built in at the design level. When we construct a building, what we need to do, we take the fire kind of a norms there. The corridor should be big. There should be a cross ventilation. There should be a big window so that it can go through. There is a fire lift. There is a stairs. So these are all security measures in a building. So here also we must test the software with respect to security, or whenever we are updating our kind of a configuration, we must look at the security. There is a mandate from the government there, which is the law, Section 43A of the Information Technology Act. It says that if some service provider is collecting the basic information, a government department does collect basic information. For example, NIC gives the email account collected, and a lot of departments there. They are holding personal information there. They must get their system audited at least once in a year. Audit is a built-in part of that. It is for this purpose that CERT goes through a very elaborate processes of impaneling the auditor, which have a qualified staff, which have a necessary strength, necessary skills, necessary resources there. It just to facilitate the organization. These are the good kind of impanel auditor where someone and look at their function, look at their capability or the skill. You can choose any one of them. Choose one of those impanel auditor to get their websites audited there. There is already a mandate that no website can be hosted on the NIC without it being audited by one of those impanel auditors. There are somewhere around more than 60 auditors impanel. There is no monopoly of one there. So security must be seen along with designing the application there. And then the third aspect, which is that train your people, create awareness about the people for the security, because as I said, every software is a list of instructions. By changing one of instruction or by bypassing some of the processes, I'm making the things to be havoc. I explained the case of a lady with a baby where one-third of the Americans were down, America was down. A simple glitch in the Fisher kind of a baby monitor. Nobody could realize that. So I think we need to look at those aspects at the time of in the government also, in the office also, and at home also while we're doing that. We are connected. It's now in a work from home environment. Our systems and the structure was not made to allow the access from a remote. We are all accessing within the government building there, premises there. Now we have to access from outside there. So my modems are not are compromised there. My modems are compromised. Applications are not done there. I bypass firewalls and firethings there. So we need to look at all those aspects very, very carefully. If you are work from home, you must have, and the government must insist, organization must insist, my personal laptop should be separate, and the laptop on which I do my government activity or the office work should be separate, because it can compromise the things there. I don't keep the WhatsApp after I retire on the same laptop, on the same mobile. I do my WhatsApp on a separate account, on a separate mobile phone. I have to carry two phone, I carry two phone, doesn't matter. But I do separately there, so that there is no, once the breach happens, it becomes very, very costly aspect there. So I think these are the steps which we need to do that, particularly work from home. Don't mix up your professional system with the personal system there. And as I said during my presentation, one laptop is used by many there. So, and you don't know who is doing for what purposes. Child is downloading the picture, wife is downloading something else, the husband is doing something else. So I think we need to be a little, what I mean to say in one line, we need to have a common sense rather than a high IQ. High IQ is fine, but if we have a common sense, we can manage with a lower IQ also.
Definitely, sir. Ignorance is surely not bliss in this domain and the world of internet, and as technology percolates every aspect of our life every day. So it is always an enriching experience and a big learning experience actually whenever we interact with you. And we can go on and on and on, as you said. And definitely I would draw upon this privilege to pick up the threads from where we leave today and create some kind of a mechanism for constant knowledge gaining from your side, especially with respect to cyber vigilance. We are very grateful to you, sir, today for having spared your time, for being with us. And everyone who's joined us today, I'm sure they are much wiser, they're much vigilant now after hearing all the cautions and the do's and don'ts and the threats and the perceptions that can arise in today's cyber world. So thank you very much, sir. I'm also thankful to everyone who's joined us today. Thanks also due to the organizing team for having put together this session for us. And let us today resolve to act as responsible citizens, be cyber vigilant and vigilant in general, so that we contribute towards a Satark Bharat, Samriddh Bharat. Thank you one and all. Namaste.